What happened to intelligence? What happened to curiosity, to poetry, to the arts? In 2025, stupidity isn't just accepted, it's now celebrated. Welcome to the world where anti-intellectualism won, and we're all paying the price. What happened to intelligence? What happened to curiosity, to poetry, to the arts? Stupidity isn't just accepted anymore, it's celebrated. Welcome to 2025, to a new world where anti-intellectualism won, and we're all paying the price. We live in an age of rejection, not of technology or progress, but of intellect. We're not talking about people who didn't go to college. We're talking about a culture that ridicules deep thinking, that mocks reading, that treats empathy and nuances as weakness. Education is dead. Once upon a time, we studied philosophy to understand how we live, literature to learn empathy, art to expand our perception. Now, college is vocational training. It's about ROI, return on investment. People ask, what job will that degree get you? Not, what kind of person would it help you become? I got my MFA not to make money, and it certainly proved that in the long run. I did it to understand beauty, mortality, and the human condition. And I've struggled ever since, but I wouldn't trade that experience for anything. It gave me a lens to see the world with compassion and with complexity. Most people don't want that anymore. They want a certificate, a paycheck, a status update or upgrade. Have you seen the news lately? Masses of young people blocking streets, jumping on cars, filming themselves for likes and for clicks. And somehow that's empowerment. We used to go to the opera, the symphony, the gallery. Now it's an influencer's culture, TikTok trends, and twerking in public is some kind of statement. Just yesterday I saw on the news in Brooklyn, mobs of people, young girls, jumping on cars, smashing windshields, and for what? For some kind of protest? No, to twerk. This is what we've come to. This is what we've evolved to. From Shakespeare to twerking. It's a sad state of affairs. We don't read Yeats anymore. We scroll. We don't discuss Plato or Kierkegaard. We react with emojis. Culture has become fast food, and our intellect diet is at a starvation level. Scary times we live in. When artists starve, if your kid says, I want to be a poet, what do you say? Be honest. You'll panic. If your son or your daughter says, Mom, Dad, when I grow up, I want to be a poet. I want to be an artist. What do you say? You're going to panic. You're going to freak out. And that's where we are today. You'll worry about their future, but that fear is part of the problem. We don't value artists anymore because art isn't profitable, because it doesn't scale, because it doesn't fit into a quarterly report. I come to this lake when I want to clear my mind and think. And I think that's the problem with civilization today, with people. No one's interested in clearing their mind. People spend hours and hours scrolling through mindless TikTok feeds and Instagram posts. It's really, really a sad state of affairs. But the lake doesn't change. Nature doesn't change. It remains. And that's kind of nice. And yet, what would life be like without the arts? Without paintings, without music, cinema, poetry. And by music, I mean real music, not the garbage that you hear today. How much emptier would our souls be? But we're replacing artists with content creators. We're replacing truth with engagement. We're replacing thought with trend. Yeats once wrote about a terrible beauty being born. Maybe that beauty now is the last flicker of humanity before it gets extinguished by the noise. Morrissey said it takes strength to be gentle and kind, and that's true. But to be intelligent is now an act of defiance. To be kind, a form of protest. To speak in full sentences instead of hashtags is revolutionary. We celebrate stupidity because we fear complexity. We fear the mirror that art and philosophy hold up to us. But if we lose that, we lose the struggle to think, feel, and see with clarity. We lose everything that makes us human. This isn't just about nostalgia. It's a warning. If we let anti-intellectualism win forever, then all that's left is distraction, dopamine, and digital decay. If you're still with me on this, you're probably one of the few who still care. Leave a comment, share a book that changed your life. Tell me how you keep your mind alive in a dying culture. If you haven't subscribed yet, do it now. I'm fighting back every week with words, with thought, with art. And if you like, you can buy me a coffee. There'll be a link in the description. I want to thank all the people who already have done that. And until next time, peace be with you.